I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Today we have Marta Wiley here. She's an international artist. Give her a hand, everybody. We're really excited to have her here today. So she is considered to be one of the most prolific artists in the world. She's done over 10,000 paintings. She's a recording artist. She writes books. She's an actress. She's done a lot of different things. So I hope that you guys might pick something up from her today and what she has to tell you. So, all right, we'll go ahead and get started.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you for having me. My name is Marta Wiley. I was born in Mexico City and was taught to paint by my grandmother. My grandma started teaching me at 2 years old, so basically painting was my first language. And I know we have some art students here, and I know that we have other people that may or may not understand the arts or have been really introduced into the arts. So one of the things that I learned, and I'm gonna come over there in a little bit, okay, you guys? So I'm just gonna do a couple little lines here for you guys and talk about what I'm doing. One of the things that I learned about painting when I was a little girl is that I immediately found out that I could work with my emotions. And I was like, okay, we're in a world where I don't really understand adults. I don't really understand where I am. I don't really understand anything about life, but I like to paint. I liked color, and I liked to play around with all these different things. And what I found out as I was painting was that it was a language, a universal language, like music, right? I mean, anybody can go, oh, I see, it's a painting, it's got colors, it's a person, or it's a tree, or it's a landscape, or whatever it was, an angel. And what I came to understand is that this language was something that was transcending other religions. It was transcending race. It was transcending other things that were keeping me in a little box, which I didn't like. I was never a put me in a little box type of girl, even as a little girl. I thought different. I had different ideas, and I also realized that other people were different too. So what ended up happening was I started to continue to paint, and then I went into college and started painting some more, and then I couldn't finish college because the publishers picked me up, and I traveled all around the world with my art, and then I made millions of dollars and lost millions of dollars. I was like, oh man, whoa, I should have finished college. No. What ended up happening, I was like, I better educate myself. So then I started painting a painting a day and reading a book a day. And I would do one book a day free from YouTube. So if you look at YouTube, you can see that there's audiobooks for free. And I just started to listen to the books and paint. I didn't care what I listened to. Then one day I woke up and I was like, wow, I just read all of Yale's books. I basically got a Yale education for a couple $1,000 instead of $26 million. All because I just was listening to audiobooks, history, Einstein, theory of relativity, Plato, on and on and on. I was like, wow, my brain is not stopping. I was like, how can you put that much knowledge in my head and my head's not blown up? And it just transcended. to the next level, and the next level. And then I started to realize that you can have a lot of knowledge, and what happens after that is you get very curious. And then when the curiosity kicks in, then you're like, man, probably we're just like this small in a huge universe, right, of information and knowledge that we can have. So one of the things that I like to do when we're doing these talks is to do a slight little meditation, a couple minutes. And that is, I want you to cross your arms and your legs. Put your hands like that, or just cross them. I see you've got them crossed already, cool. Crossing your arms and your legs is really something that is universal, but one thing that Buddha found out is that if you cross the yin and yang on your two sides of your body goes into a little bit of a homeostasis. Just naturally, you just feel calmer. You just feel more loved. You feel like the pain is less. Buddha found this out, and he got famous for this. That's why he sat down and started crossing his legs. Because the body has a positive and negative current, and all you gotta do is cross your legs and arms, and a little bit of the pain goes away. I was like, wow, I'm glad I read that audiobook, right? So I want you to just go into your body a little bit. Go to the center of the earth. Just keep going until you get there. Go through the rivers and the lava and the crystal caves. And let me know when you're there. That's okay. Sometimes it takes 1 minute to get there. Sometimes it takes longer. Now, I want you to, in that place, ask Gaia, the earth, what is my purpose? What am I here for? What am I here for? And that's it. You have now made a serious connection with Gaia, and she's going to be like, okay, you asked. We all have a purpose. There's not one person in this room or in the world who does not have a purpose. Never let anybody tell you that you're nothing. Never let anybody tell you that you don't have a purpose. That took me a long time to figure out, because someone called me retarded when I was little. I was like, Mom! Why'd you call me that? I was like, man, I'm retarded, right? And then I was like, wow, everybody's like walking around like thinking that they're not good enough. But we're all really important. Every single person has a purpose. Now that is something to celebrate, right? So I'm gonna give a free poster to anybody who asks a question. And then we're going to do a little Tai Chi and other things, right? So the poster's right here. Kelly's going to give it out. So now that you guys know a little bit of my background and what happened with art and music and consciousness and meditation and all that stuff, I just want you to ask me questions. Right? So, okay, you raised your hand first. Okay, the question was, what inspired me to write the first song? What inspired me to write my first song was heartbreak. I got my, you can choose between, let her choose between which one? Right here. Right here, Kelly. Right there. So she asked, okay, the question was, what inspired my first song? It's heartbreak. Man, I got my heart broken. I like this guy, and he didn't like me back. And I was like, man, I'm going to write this hit song, and he's gonna wish that he loved me. That's what inspired me. Right? I was like, you missed me. Next question.
How long did it take you to succeed in all these accomplishments?
Okay, so you can give her one to choose this. So, how long did it take to accomplish everything that I wanted to accomplish? It took a long time, and I wish I would have read. If you don't read, you're going to make the mistakes that other people made. Don't do it, man. I'm telling you right now, don't be me. Because it took 20 more years later, and I should have known things. If you want to be in a relationship, read about what it's like to be in a romantic relationship. Read about that. Read about social interaction. Read about history. Read, right? All right. Question.
My question was, do you find it easier to write music or paint?
Okay, the question is, do I find it easier to write music or paint? To write music or paint? Look, if you start to draw in your journal right now, and you start to get your emotions out, and you start with poetry, is what I started with. Poetry. Start doing your poetry, start journaling. Oh man, that person jacked me over, and man, I'm so mad, and I'm so glad that I'm mad, right? Poetry 101. Then one day you turn around, you make that into a song, and then you turn it into a painting, right? So, the answer to the question is it's everything together. Creative energy is everything. Okay, next question. You go. Yeah.
Alright, so, on a day-to-day basis, do you get, commissions, or do you just do it?
So I paint, I had so many commissions.
Are they?
I had so many commissions coming in, and I was making too much money for one little person, so I decided I was only going to make one painting a day. And I was like, I can't paint 20 paintings a day, but I can paint one painting a day, and I can make money, but I'm not too greedy. I can make my rent, but I'm not going to be a billionaire. But that's okay. So I launched my poster company by doing one painting a day. If you do one thing a day for 20 years, guess what? Yeah. I'm going to get you guys. So anyways, okay, let's go to another question. Can you guys come up with one direct question? All four? Sure, you can all get a poster. All four. Come up with one question. Let me get him, young lady. Oh wait, they're ready. Okay.
What's the most expensive piece of artwork you sold?
Woo!
Great question.
Yeah. Man, I think that the most expensive that I sold was $60,000. I was at a New York show, and I just had done that painting that day, just like I did today, boom, 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 and this lady comes out, like she's got Beverly Hills coats and all this craziness, and she's like, that, I want that. And I was like, I looked at her and I knew she had money. And I said, I'll give it to you for $20,000, and she said, and she wrote me a check for $60,000. So, but there's people and there's artists that make $20 million a painting. There's no end to this. A painting the life of a painting goes on forever, unless it gets burned or, destroyed in war, but the painting is irrational, so it's like gold. The minute that the artist dies, the paintings go to like 43 million if you're famous. Or if you do your thing, if you do your diligent work. And that means read, again. So I read autobiographies. Most artists died at 40. They died of plague, they died of war. They didn't make it to my age. Go ahead.
What is your view on NFTs?
It's a good question. That's good. It's good. NFTs are interesting. NFTs are interesting, but what is an NFT? It's a digital information. It's not durable goods. Think outside the box. If it's not durable, it could be gone tomorrow. So, don't always follow the trend. Dabble in the trend, but think. Yes, go ahead. Well, let's see. I'll get you guys a second. The purple, yeah.
What inspires you to do art?
The inspiration came from, that's a good question, actually. Okay, here we go. This stuff is like Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci, I was like, man, that guy can paint. I need to get good. So Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo inspired me. Okay, well, next question. All right, go. Yeah?
Out of all the songs and paintings you made, do you feel fulfilled?
No, man. I want to do so much more, and I got to do it on the down low. Because if you get too much attention and stuff, they'll be like, wait a second. All right, Tai Chi player. Okay, question. Yeah.
Have you have a favorite painting?
What?
Have you ever painted?
I have a favorite painting, and it's Michelangelo. That is a female. The Vitruvian woman. The Vitruvian man, when he's holding it, it's a woman. Right now, I'm doing my catalog on celebrating the cultures of the world. So right now, I'm doing every single culture, because every single culture needs to be expressed in its full glory and its full beauty, and that's what I'm doing.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is red. All right, guys, you gotta ask me some serious questions. We're gonna go on to another. Yeah. All right, question. Okay, that's a good question. Have I ever wanted to stop doing art? Absolutely yes. It's not easy. You think you can wake up and tell yourselves what to do? No. People want somebody to tell them what to do. So no, it's not easy. Every day I have to wake up and tell myself what I want. This is non-conformity, strategic non-conformity. Most of you are not going to know what you want because you haven't answered your question. What are you here for? What is your purpose? We all have a purpose. Then, once you know what your purpose is, you move through it. And this is one thing I want to talk about really quickly. And I'm sure other people are going to get posters, so please calm down. We also have CDs and cards. But let me just get to this point, okay? I want you to understand that if you have the right heart, the right thoughts, the right words, and the right actions, you can get what you want. It's something that the ancient, they taught us in like ancient schools. Right heart, right thought, right words, and right actions. Now, what if you really like a girl and you really have a great heart for her and you love her and you're like, great hair today, and you like walk away. Like, dude, you just like broke your own heart. Why? Because your words were not right. Now what if the girl really likes the guy and has all the right things to say, but doesn't love him? You're not going to get what you want. But if I loved art, then I had the right actions and the right thoughts and I had the right words, and boom, it opened up like magic. Nothing can hold you back from your dreams if you're in the right place and your right purpose. Yeah. What do I define as art? I like classical art, but any kind of form of expression. If somebody wanted to paint yellow triangles their whole life, then that would be great. So, next question. Go ahead. In what? Oh yeah. You guys, whoever's staying for a little bit longer, you guys go. Okay, what's going on?